Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Magi. That's right, man, Magi. Chapter 193 review. That is 193. Listen, I informed you guys a few weeks ago via Twitter and Facebook fan page that I had caught up with the Magi manga. Hence is the reason why I am here to review the latest chapter of the Magi manga series. Now, what I will say is that initially I was going to do a video and give my overall thoughts of the series before I did this review. However, the chapter, in my personal opinion, I just really wanted to do my review on it. Like, I just want just to get it out there. And then I'll give my overall thoughts of the Magi series so far in a later video, at a later given point in time. So, that being said, let me go and dive right into the actual chapter itself. Once again, Magi chapter 193. Now, first of all, and I'm not going to do a summary because the chapter is simple, but what I will say is that there are a lot of apparent reveals in this chapter. A lot of roundabout reveals. Like, they weren't like direct reveal. Oh no, one was a direct reveal at the end. But the other reveals in the chapter are like, it's like, okay, so we're kind of sure, but we're not too sure exactly. So the first thing, alright, the first thing. Well, no, let me save the reveals for later, alright? Let me go and backpedal to the actual structure of the chapter. The structure, again, it is very simple, very straightforward. I mean, overall, it's just the continuation of the fight between Aladdin, Kohen, Alibaba, and the rest versus the medium. And it ends off with the reveal about Ren Gyokuen. And when it comes to the pacing of the chapter, again, it was relatively simple, straightforward right there for you. Now, what I will say is that Komei impressed the fuck out of me, man. He really did. When he did his transfer circle, and he literally took like the top of a fucking mountain and he teleported it above the medium's head. I was like, bro, what? And but the fact that the medium just tanked it, it was like, whatever. Like, I have all this rook around me. I can, like, this thing could literally like take rook from the seed, and it just got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. It was like, whoa, like, bro, like, this guy's no joke. And furthermore, the medium was able to grab Kyogoku a little bit, like grabbed her legs, and her legs, because we know that the when the medium grabs, when one of its hands grabs you, the palm area erodes the flesh, or it removes the white rook. It rips it off anything, basically. So, the thing about, like, any substance, and human flesh is a substance. Therefore, when he grabbed Kyogoku's legs, the flesh from her legs ripped off. And now she's in a bad spot, but it's not as bad as Koha. Koha got the full brunt. It was like, whoa. The flesh, the majority of the flesh on his body was legit just ripped off. And I don't think that Kohen can go there right now and heal them, because it would take up too much Magoi. Now, what he could do, that he could try and remove like one of the veins from the earth and make like that magma thing again, and keep on replenishing his Magoi. But the thing about it is that I don't think that at this current point in time, there's no opportunity to do so, because the medium right now is everywhere. Like, this guy, he's doing the crazy stuff. Well, this thing. But that overall is just like, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy. I'm liking the combat right now between the, Aladdin, Alibaba, Kohen, and versus the medium. And I'm thinking, I forget, but is the Black God still in the sky? I'm forgetting here. I I think it is. Yeah, it is. But it's just that it stopped because when the medium was first in its ball phase, the initial thread was cut after we had Alibaba and Kohan do their combination extreme magic attacks. But the thing about it is that now I don't know if it's like returning back to its dimension or is it like just hovering there waiting for it to be pulled down once again. I don't know. But what we do know is that the medium right now is actually taking traits from its quote-unquote father, the black god, the god of death and illness. So that's why whenever its palms touch, the life is literally, like the white root is literally sucked away from it. Furthermore, in the case of the black god itself, if it were to touch the ground, since it's a being on like a higher dimension, then the planet itself would immediately be put under the cast of a black sun, and it would be a barren, lifeless wasteland. Necrotropolis or something of that nature. The name escapes me. But either way, very good on that part. Now, when it comes to the reveals, and this right here is the story progression. Well, this fucking whore. She's a Maggie. What the wow. I mean, oh, this whore. Like we're back in like 1500 BC. You whore! Emphasis. Well, actually, no. I don't know if they actually said that in 1500 BC. But still, moving on. Right now, and I was talking to Notre Dame and Starkweather and Bankai about it in a Skype call a few days ago. There are 5 Magi. There's Judal. There's the main character, Aladdin. There's Scheherazade. There is Yunnan. And there is the current revealed Magi. The Magi that is clearly loved by the Dark Rook. The Black Rook. The Rook against fate. The Rook of regression. Ren Gyokuen. And apparently she and Aladdin are Magi from Almatora. Now, I don't know about Yunnan. Yunnan, he escapes me. Because Yunnan, he's an enigma. We don't know about him, alright? Because apparently he knew things that Scheherazade didn't. But she's been around forever. She's been around for like 200 plus years. And she's made like continuous clones of herself. But the thing about it was that he knew stuff that she didn't. Yunnan. So Yunnan, he escaped. He's an enigma. But the thing about it is that we do know that for a fact, Aladdin and Gyokuen, they are Magi from Almatora. So one of the main things about this chapter that seems to be apparent, that was not only also revealed in the ending, but also in the midway of the chapter where we have Aladdin talking to Alibaba and the rest of them, explaining how we can still beat this guy. Because apparently the same thing happened in Almatoran, where there was a medium. But the medium had a different structure. He doesn't know why. But apparently the medium had a different structure. It didn't look like this thing. And what happened was that the 72 members of Solomon's house became jinn. So I emphasize keywords here. Number 1 is that the members became jinn. That may signify that people who are dungeon clearers, dungeon conquerors, and they have jinn, they may one day themselves become jinn. Number 2 is that there are 72 dungeons, or at least there are 72 jinn. Why? Because the 72 members of Solomon's house became jinn. Meaning that there's a cap there is a cap on the number of jinn that exists in the world. And the next thing, the last thing, is that Solomon's house, as if like he was similar to Sinbad, or Sinbad is similar to him, wherein which he's the dungeon conqueror, and the jinn are like the metal vessel users, like Morgiana in comparison to Alibaba, like the generals in comparison to Sinbad himself. So that would hint that there may have been jinn that were like Almatoran jinn, like a generation of jinn, to say the least. Like Almatoran have their own jinn, their own unique, specific jinn, and then Solomon conquered and like dominated all these places. He had a house, and then the metal vessel users, they gained powers from the jinn that he had conquered. The next thing I want to talk about, all right, is that now that we know all these things, all right, where the fuck was freaking Gyokuen? Because apparently, since she's a Magi from Almatoran, that may mean that actually it probably means that she's fairly old. She's significantly older than Sherazade, if in fact she is a Magi from Almatoran, and she knows about all Solomon's stuff without being Solomon's proxy. Know how Aladdin knows this stuff because he is Solomon's proxy, because he was given Solomon's wisdom. But she knows it because she just fucking knows it. She was a Magi that served. That she served Solomon, then betrayed his ass. So she knows a lot of things, and she may even know things that Solomon doesn't know. What's her deal? How is she still alive? What is going on? Like, what's her deal? The fuck? Where was she? Now, I mean, that's all I can say, pretty much, for the chapter. The chapter, I like it a lot. I really do. The chapter rating, I'll give it a great. I thought it was a great chapter, because it does hint and reveal, or it hints a lot of things, and reveals the one key thing about how Gyokuen, she is in fact a Magi. But okay, yeah, and of course the reveal of the 72 cap number of jinn. But the whole thing about the house and the metal vessels, we're not too sure. Like, that's a hint, but we don't know if that's actually the case. It could be completely different. And one last thing, I forgot to mention this. Apparently, the medium is actually taking traits from the quote-unquote father, the black god, the god of death and illness. So, and that's why the medium can like immediately suck away white rook from anything that its palms touch. So, what that means is that they may not even need the black god himself to come down. This entity, this medium, may just become a god itself. We don't know. But what I'm going to do is that I'm going to make a video at some point, and I'm going to get my overall thoughts on the Magi series thus far, because this also entails about the whole parallel world theme. Because initially I thought that the world that they go to whenever they go to the dungeons, I thought that place was Almatoran, but apparently not. Because Almatoran, again, it was a blackened, the god touched down, and then what happened was, well, okay, once the god touched down, the world became a world underneath the black sun, and it was devoid of all life. So, the worlds that they go to, because when we see the world that they go to, you know what, fuck it, let me say it for another day. I'll say it for another day. But the chaptering overall, I think it's great, and I'm signing out. Give me your thoughts on the chapter. Magi reviews are in. They're in. So I'm here to stay. As long as the Magi series continues to go, then I'll be here. Unless it gets shitty at some point in time. I never see Magi getting shitty, but at some point in time, if it does get like really damn shitty, then obviously I'll do the fairy tale and I'll drop it. But I don't see that happening anytime soon. Because right now it's too good. So I'm done. Rate, comment, and subscribe as always. Peace. Have a nice day.